Ah, boom. This is the last of a bulk recording for the week. And it's a video where I want to talk about artists that perform live. Um, yeah, I can't lie, I have a little bit of an issue right now. I recently see this on Fracture's story. Frax is an amazing grime MC living out in Melbourne right now, originally from the UK, part of Smash Bros. Um, who's a pioneer in so many ways, especially to the grime movement over here in Australia. And so his opinion in my eyes is very fucking valid. And he put something on his story that I really do agree with, and it resonates with me so heavy. And that reads, 2023, can we leave rappers doing karaoke at their shows in the past? If you're just rapping over your vocals, you're taking the piss out of your fans for a start. Don't know why fans accept it. I'd be walking out if I paid for that. If you're a rapper that can't perform live without your whole backing track, cut out the smokes and go practice. Drop the mic, walk away. And then come back because I need you to listen to me. Hear me out. I've been in Australia now for about 5 months, and there are only a handful, so no more than five. There are only a handful of artists that I have actually witnessed that perform their song live. I have a huge issue with this myself. I am a rapper, not a full-blown musician. I cannot produce for myself. I can't particularly sing, especially not live crisp vocals. I can't dance. I can't do a lot of things. The two things I can do in this world is I can write bars and I can fucking rap them. So when I go to a live show and perform, that's all I've got to do. Which, don't get me wrong, is an art in itself. And I don't want to downplay what rappers do. But if you can only rap, which is most of the scene, okay? Someone like Nerve can produce for himself. He can do all of that. So if Nerve then wants to go and, I don't know, perform over the track for whatever reason, Nerve can. You don't want to know the truth about Nerve? Nerve is someone who's going to perform his vocals live. And yeah, it is 90 to 95% of the scene that are performing over their live tracks. Do I hate these people? No, I say it from a place of love, of like, I want to hear you perform live. Like, that's what we're there for, no? All right, there might be technical difficulties and the USB that they've come with don't work. All right, maybe a pass there, but realistically, guys, there's way too many people performing over the Spotify versions of their tracks, and that is an issue to me. If people are paying money to see you perform live, go and fucking perform. I can't stand when people are rapping or singing and then I'm like, yo, they're killing this. And then they pull the mic away from their mouth and it sounds exactly the same. That to me is an issue. And it's even more of an issue that it's become the norm. It's not just a thing here or there. It's actually become a very normal thing for that to happen. I don't think that should be a thing. Now, again, if you're someone who is known as a rapper and there's a couple of hooks that you got that are slightly more melodic, I think personally that's serviceable to then have the backing vocals there. So you kind of, glaze over your hook, but then when it comes to your verses, rap. If you are a full-blown singer, especially if you're not dancing, you have no reason not to sing live. Listen, Beyonce is a freak of nature. She's able to do a full-blown routine and sing and belt at the same time. That's a different level of cardio. Like, okay, I'm not expecting everyone to be Beyonce, Michael Jackson levels of performing, but I'm talking to the rappers here specifically. You've got one job. Go and do that one job. Don't be lazy. And I say this as well because if you are doing live vocals, it sounds so much better. So yeah, it might mean that you have to go rehearse. Yes, it might mean don't get piss drunk or absolutely stoned out your mind before performing. But if you're being paid to perform, especially if you're being paid to perform, some of these artists are grabbing a bag. You're grabbing a bag to then go and do karaoke and lip sync on stage. I'm not happy about that. I won't name names, but when you're at your next live show, I just want you to look at that artist and really listen because it's not like only a musician thing that you can hear. You'll be able to tell whether it is or isn't. Listen out. Is that artist actually performing live? Now, some might be on the very harsh side of things and be like, yeah, boo them or walk out. I'm not necessarily saying do that. But I will say that we should be appreciating these artists that are actually performing live. To be fair, we shouldn't even have to have this conversation because it should just be a standard thing to do so anyway. I've definitely had my discussions before. Like only last week was I talking about, is it okay to have criticism? And that's definitely me talking to the performers, the people within this industry. This is now the opposite. I'm now talking to the supporters and the fans that pay money to go to these shows. Because as much as I'm an artist myself, as much as I host events, etc., I also am a fan of this. And when I'm in the crowd, or even if I'm next to that stage, I still am supporting that artist that's there. And I want to hear you perform live because we have so many talented people in this country. So many talented people from this scene that deserve to deliver more than just that. Like, if you're gonna do that, go on TikTok, go on Instagram and dance or something. Go make a trend or a challenge. Nothing wrong with that. That's amazing for you. And if that's what you want to do, go for it. But if we're at a live music venue, I want to hear some live music. Me and Frax had a brief discussion after it, and he said, imagine if a band did it. Imagine if a rock band went to a show and just played the Spotify version. It's unheard of. So why do we accept it in hip hop? Are we settling ourselves lower standards now? I personally think we're better than this. And I just want to see what you think. Do you care if an artist performs live or not? Or are you just happy to just kind of be in the atmosphere of other people enjoying the same music as you? Because if that's the case, then I'm saying, well, that's just the club, no? And again, club performances, I will exclude them. If an artist turns up to the club and performs, fine, I will exclude that personally. But live venue shows, please, can we please get back to actually performing live? I said this on my 1 to 100 verse, and I'll say it again. I actually perform my lyrics live at the show. What levels are we raising? I swear that bar hangs low because right now it feels like the standard for performing is not where I thought it would be at coming here. This doesn't fly in the UK, so it shouldn't be flying here. And yes, the UK has more infrastructure, and yes, the UK has more going on. If you want to catch up to the UK, we got to start actually doing certain things that's fundamentally right in the first place. So yeah, I am calling out certain other artists. Some of them people who are very close friends, some of those people who I very much respect and love as artists. If you're at a club night, fine. If you're on TikTok, fine. But if this is your headline show, I want to hear you motherfucking perform, motherfucker. Oh yeah, something I feel a little bit passionate about, and I just want to see what your thoughts are on this. Should artists be performing their songs completely live at live music events?